Hey, shalom, shalom. And first and foremost, as always, I'd like to start off giving all honor and glory from the praise and worship to our power, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostles, our elders, the bishops, the great millstone, who rule well, teach well, and sound doctrine. A strong shalom to the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children. That YAHAWAH will have mercy on these last days. Perilous days, right? Meaning dangerous days, right? And it's your brother HAQADASH representing the GMS branch here in Cleveland. Lord willing, to bring out an edifying lesson. And I don't know what to call this one, but some like what? Like, you know, let's see, what will something big come out of tomorrow? Let's see. Right? Will something big come out of tomorrow? Let's see, man. Cause tomorrow is the No Kings protest, which the president is likened into a king, the one who dictates the laws and the government, in a sense, in the military. He's looked at as a king, the one who runs a country or runs the state of the mind state of the people. All right, and it's going in the spirit, cause you know, matter of fact, let me show this, cause you got a lot of like different. It's a lot in the media right now, man. You know, it's a lot going on. This is a great time to be alive. Scripture talk about the angels' desire to wanting to see this, you know, and the fact that we can see this, all right, is very, very, all right, monumental, you know. And let's see, it says breaking. This is from June 10th. Breaking Al-Qaeda leader. It said Al-Qaeda leader Sa'ad bin whatever his name is, man, has just now called for the red, white, and blue Muslims, right? For American Muslims, right? For American Muslims to wage jihad on the U.S. soil and to ASS DJ Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Elon Musk, and others, right? That's what the report just said. I mean, that's what the report said here. All right, and that's what you have. A lot of these individuals who run these stores, right? They showed you that in the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, right? Mainly in like the 80s, where, well, like, you know, 70, 80, 90s. I'm gonna just put it like that, because who really knows when it actually was really started. All right, but I'm getting at what? I'm getting at, like, they show you on like these gang movies, like is it like BMF? I'm not really, can't really say, but like, not just BMF, but like Raising Cain and different movies like that, or shows like that, where, you know, the guys who were doing drug deals or whatever, or drug dealers, they would be partnered with you know, the local stores, you know, like the you know, like the local stores, you know, like you know, like the Chinese store, and you know, the convenience store, and so forth. And well, that's how it is with niggas that's not drug dealers. You got a lot of these storefronts are really just storefronts, literally a front. All right, they're storefronts. All right, they're used as a mock store, if that's the right way to put it. They're used as, you know, a store that looks like a store, and so forth and so forth. And the niggas really working in that mug are really sitting here, you know, to when they're activated, they're literally sent here to be activated at the proper time. Okay, whether they were hired by the U.S. themselves or hired by their countrymen. Okay, because Esau is he's a dirty individual, man. He'll make it look like the enemy is on the outside, but the enemy is himself, or the enemy is within. You know, he'll make it look like that. You know, so that it could be real reactions, and he could come in with a solution. He calls the problem reaction solution. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what else we got. It says Trump gives remarks. Trump gives remarks at Fort Bragg's to kick off celebration for U.S. Army's 250th birthday. Now again, I did a couple lessons on this semi-quincentennial, the 250th mark of the birthday of the military. All right, or his power. Right, the Declaration of Independence, stemming from the years of 1776 and up until 2026 will be 250 years. And I thought they were going to be celebrating next year for a whole year, but it looks like they're going to be celebrating it this year, starting tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, all the way up until the following year of the same time next year. Right? A whole year of celebration. He want to have parades in the street, Marines march in the street, and so forth and so forth. Okay? When you watch the movie Blood In, Blood Out, right? It was kind of like that. And it's a Mexican, all right. It's a Mexican drug movie or a gang movie, right? It's a Northern Kingdom gang movie, and you know, on that movie, they wanted to cause one of those scenes. If you haven't seen it, or if you have seen it, remember. It was one of the scenes where they wanted to gain more control. All right, that Miklo, the nigga who went back to jail, the milkweed or the half breed, right? Which really he was an Edomite because his father was an Edomite and his mom was Northern Kingdom. But in the movie he was portrayed as a Northern Kingdom who looked like an Edomite, and he started to gain control over the jail. Right? And long story short, what happened was he wanted to convince them with peace, and then when the time was right, he was gonna strike. Right? Convinced the warden and his cousin, who was a detective now, that he will present peace to his rivalries, all right, and his enemies. But then when they're not looking, come in and attack. You know, and that's how this devil worked. You know, and that's what you see going on. Trump, he promoted peace. All right, he promoted peace. That's what he did in his campaign. He promoted peace. Right? He wanted all the Northern Kingdom on his side, the Southern Kingdom on his side, and so forth and so forth. Well, this is 1 Thessalonians 5:2. I start at the top. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord the day of the Lord, YAHWASHI, so cometh as a thief in the night. Right? It's going to come unexpectedly. All right? You don't know when the thief is going to enter your home. Right? But if you watch, you can catch him. That's why niggas got cameras and different stuff. You know? Well, we're watching on every level. And the angels are watching. And You know, you got brothers watching 24/7 in different states, even different countries. All right, on this devil and his next move and his final moves. And it says, for when they shall say, Salaki, bear with me. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, right? That's what Trump led with. Then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travailed upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So the drama is going to just escalate, and it's going to increase from here. It's not going to get better, man. All right? It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Because sudden destruction is without knowing. All right? Out of nowhere. Which really was already planned. Illegal immigrant charged with attempted murder in LA riot. Okay? Illegal immigrant charged with attempted murder in LA riots. All right? And they're gonna push this heavy, man, because you got immigrants in every state, and Trump said they're gonna continue this in every state. All right, they're gonna force and push this, even if they have to use deadly force. Why? Because you're gonna have people who are gonna fight back. All right. And they're gonna fight back because of the tyranny, you know. It's from the elder brother, my Akala. Alright, in Cali. He posted martial law and war with Iran is here. Prophecy. It says DTA on there. It's still Iran's foreign policy. This is not a history lesson. This was this week, right? When you go to this page, if the video is still up, go watch this video, man. All right, this is one of the things they was chanting, as you see on the screen, which they got England on there, right? Which we know America come out of Great Britain, right? So not only will America get hit, but you have various allies with America that will get hit as well. Why? Because the prophecy says so. You know? GMS Awakening had posted, which is the elder brother, I'm Juan Gabar, right? Out of the main camp. Florida sheriff has a message for rioters. All right. It says, if you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at. All right, ain't no coming back from this damage, man. All right, because out of all of the protests America has ever had, when have you ever? I can't recall the police force making statements as such. Okay, these are things they're being told to say. Okay, and this is a great thing, man. This is a beautiful thing, you know. So tomorrow is supposed to be the so-called big day, which they have a lot of these. I remember last year, if I'm not mistaken, a couple years ago, where it was a planned riot, right? And it didn't go like you thought it was gonna go. You thought it was gonna go up. Hey, and even if this don't go up like we think, hey, the prophecies are still being fulfilled. Because why? You just had Israel attack Iran, and retaliation, you had Iran invoke the what's it called? It's the third one. Let me see. Yeah, Operation True Promise 3, which are, it's 3 because it would be the third attack. It will be the third attack, all right, on Israel, and it will be the third attack on Israel, and it will be the third attack. So like it will be a third attack on Israel, and they said that I think they said that it was the largest. All right, the largest attack. Hold on, I'm reading this. Let me see. Yeah, right, because they're saying that it's the largest attack on Israeli, all right, officials or land or whatever. The largest attack is had ever did, which is the third one. Okay, so we in those times, man. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen from here, because again, tomorrow, what we know about No King's protest ahead of Trump's military parade. No King's mass protest held outside the Ohio State House in Columbus. So people was already protesting, right? So yeah, man, this is they said, one guy said in the article, one of the articles, so many articles, that you're gonna see the true meaning you're gonna see what democracy truly means. You know, these, oh goodness, you know. So, and this is what the scriptures prophesy, right? The scriptures prophesy. The scripture prophesy these things, man. All right. Isaiah 19 in the GNT, it says God will punish Egypt, and that's what's coming. This is a message about Egypt. What's the modern day Egypt? America. The Lord is coming to Mitzrayim, the modern Mitzrayim or Matazarium, or Egypt, right? Is America. The Lord is coming to Egypt, riding swiftly on a cloud, which is the chariots. The Egyptian idols tremble before him. This is in the GNT, Isaiah 19 and 1. It says the Egyptian idols tremble before him. You see, because they know that, like the demons ask YAHAWASHI, right? Right? Like the demons ask YAHAWASHI, are you coming to torment us before our time? You know? And they tremble. So the reason why these Egyptian idols are trembling, because they're the same entities likened to the ones that YAHAWASHI came in encounter with. They're just left-hand spirits. And they know who YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI's man is. So the Egyptian idols tremble before him, which is, you know, the different philosophies and doctrines and the ways of life. It is life, man. You see? Esau, you know, the heathens, they looked at as idols. People, the Egyptians themselves, the civilians themselves, And the people of Egypt lose their courage because they know that a greater king is coming, you know, which is YAHAWASHI. The Lord says, I will stir up civil war, and this is the first start of this fire that is kindled in America, man. The Lord will stir. It said, I will stir up. I will, right? I will stir up civil war in Egypt and turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor, right? And that's what we're about to witness here soon, because even in the No King protest, you had people that were still liberals. All right, you have people that still are Confederate and wholeheartedly Trump supporters, you know, and like the one guy drove through the crowd and was running over people, man. Okay, they don't give a damn about your protests. And those are the small sect of individuals that are likened unto sleeper cells, as well as sleeper cells and agents and so forth for the system and for Esau. Okay? And those are the ones who, all right, would do the most damage. Okay? Like when you watch the show Money Heist, the nigga that disrupted little baby just running down the street crying by herself. Crazy. The nigga that disrupted the plan, tried to disrupt the plan, and like it actually made a little dent in it, was it was like an agent nigga. It was an agent nigga who had he was like a secret service, and he was moving like a fucking madman. If y'all seen the show Money Heist, and he did the most damage because he was able to get close to each robber than anybody else, because he was already inside the belly of the beast, and he knew the ins and outs. Americans don't even know the ins and outs of their own country. Okay, so how much more you know, now I lost my train of thought. But yeah, the Americans don't even know that their own ins and outs of this country, because they're only privy to what they've been conditioned to know, how big or how small America is. America is very vast, man. America is way bigger than you think, you know. So the Lord said, I will stir up civil war. Right, what is civil war? The term civil wars refers to a conflict between groups within the same country or state, typically over political, social, or territorial disputes. Right, that's what you see with this immigration thing. It's a territorial dispute. When Northern Kingdom was here, and you got families Northern Kingdom here, and you got family Northern Kingdoms elsewhere, and they come in here to link with those family members, and whether they have them or not, you know, to do what America promotes: the land of the free, the home of the brave, the land of opportunity. They're coming here for that, right? And Trump, and this is how you know the agenda is bigger, because Trump is just not coming for illegal immigrants, as he called them, which he's really an illegal immigrant. Okay, he's coming. He's not just doing it like that. He's doing it like what's it called? The birthright act or so. I did a lesson on it, which it don't matter. He's coming for niggas who's been born here, and niggas who came over here and so forth in a certain way, man. You know? That's a territorial dispute. Unlike wars between nations, a civil war involves factions of the same society fighting for control of the government, independence, or major policy changes. And this is what you see with the people, man. Key features of a civil war: internal conflict happens within one country, or organized groups involves at least two organized groups, such as a government forces versus rebels. See? Political or ideological goals often driven by issues like power, governance, ethic, or religious divisions or independent movements. Right, religious divisions. A lot of all they're gonna tie us into all of this somehow, some way with the AI and all that. Widespread violence can lead to large-scale violence, loss of life, and disruption of society. And you see what we just had on the screen. Florida sheriff has a message for rioters: if you throw a brick or a firebomb or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your families where to collect your remains at. That nigga didn't just say shoot. He didn't say nothing about shooting. He didn't say nothing. He's the only thing he said was point a gun at one of his deputies. But he even went along the lines of what? Throwing a brick or a firebomb. See? And that's what they do at riots. And then even if the civilians is not too bold enough to do it, you have sleeper cells in the midst of that. Not just one. You have fucking groves of them niggas, man. You know? So look, we shall see what tomorrow holds. Let's see what No King's protest promotes. Lord willing is edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory, infinite praise and worship to our power, Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostle, the bishop's great millstone. Peace and citation to the whole elect. Until next time, shalom. Mwah, boy, shalom.